Hello class, this chapter talks about triangles. A triangle is a polygon with three sides and three interior angles represented by capital letters for the angles and small letters for the sides. Notice that in naming the angles and the sides, they are always what? Opposite. Very good. So if angle B is given, opposite of angle B is side B. If angle A is given, opposite of side A or angle A is side A. We can classify triangles according to sides. If three sides are equal, it's called equilateral triangle. If at least two sides are equal, remember at least two sides lang naman. Okay? It's called isosceles triangle. Pero kung walang equal na sides sa given na triangle, it's called scalene triangle. But if we're going to classify the triangles according to the angles, there is what we call right triangle. This is a three-sided polygon with one right angle. Look at the figure on the right side. Notice here that angle C has this little square. This little square represents the right angle inside the triangle. Now, if the triangle has no right angle, it's called oblique triangle. And we can classify the oblique triangle into three. First is the equiangular triangle. So equiangular triangle has three equal angles, while acute triangle is a triangle having three acute angles. When you say acute angle, what does it mean? Yes, the angles are less than 90 degrees. But if one of them is greater than 100, or rather, one of them is greater than 90 degrees, then the triangle is called obtuse triangle. We have principles to follow when we are solving problems involving triangles. First, the line segment which joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and equal to one half the third side. So look at the figure on the right side. You can see there that DE is one half the measure of AB. So if line AB or side AB there is 20, then DE, which is parallel to this side, is equal to 10, and vice versa. If the median connecting the vertex of the right triangle and the hypotenuse of the right triangle is equal to one half of the hypotenuse, what does it mean? Do you still remember the definition of the hypotenuse part of the right triangle? Yes, the hypotenuse is the longest side in a right triangle. Here, in this example, angle C is the right angle. Therefore, opposite angles, the angle C is the hypotenuse, which is AB. Now, if we're going to connect a line from point C to the midpoint of AB, which is D, then CD is one half of AB. It means that if CD is 5, then AB is 10. And these are the formulas that we're going to need later. The general formula for the area of a triangle is what? Given as one half base times height. So if you have the base of the triangle and the altitude of the triangle, then you can use this formula. But if there is no altitude, but there is an included angle, then you can use the formula AB sine theta over 2. Or as you can see in the figure, if two sides are given and an included angle is also given, then this formula can be used. The next formula is known as Heron's formula. Heron's formula is being used whenever three sides of any triangle is given. But first, you need to get the semi-perimeter, which is the S. Semi-perimeter is equal to A plus B plus C all over 2. Kaya nga semi-perimeter, it's half the perimeter. And we all know to get the perimeter of the triangle, we just need to add rather A, B, and C. So dividing this by 2 will give you the semi-perimeter of the triangle. And you will just substitute the value of the semi-perimeter in this formula. The next is a simple formula whenever you get the area of any equilateral triangle. Yes, equilateral triangles are triangles with equal sides. So you can just use square root of 3 over 4 times a squared, wherein a is the side or one of the sides of the equilateral triangle. If you still remember your trigonometry subject, then this is called the law of cosines. Here, if there is a missing third side and the given are two sides and an included angle, then you can use this formula, the law of cosines. And the most famous formula, the Pythagorean theorem, is being used whenever one of the sides of the right triangle is missing. Let us now try applying the principles and formulas that we just talked about. In number 1, find the area of an equilateral triangle that has sides equal to 20 meters. So if we will draw a triangle, it should be equilateral, meaning if this is 20 meters, then all of the sides are 20 meters. Now, the simple formula for the area of any equilateral triangle is square root of 3 over 4 a squared, wherein a is the side of the equilateral triangle. Therefore, by using your calculator and substituting a, which is 20 meters, in the formula, we'll get 173.21 meter squared. Number 2, a right triangular flag has a length of 15 inches and a height of 4 inches. Find the area of the flag. So, our flag probably looks like this. Okay? So, this is the flag that we are referring to, and I just included the pole. Okay? Now, the length of the flag is 15 inches. So, the measure of the flag from here to here is 15 inches, while the height of the flag is 4 inches. Now, all we need to do is to use the formula A equals 1/2 base times height. Why? Because we are sure that this is the base and this is the altitude of the flag. So 1/2 base, which is 15, times the height, which is 4, will be equal to what? Yes, correct. 30 inches squared. In number 3, an isosceles triangle has angle A, which is 30 degrees greater than angle B. We need to find the measures of the three angles. Now, suppose that the measure of angle B is x. Then, the measure of angle A is equal to what? Ang sabi, 30 degrees greater than angle B. So, if angle B is x, angle A is greater than by 30 degrees. So, measure of angle A is just x plus 30 degrees. And, as we all know, the measure of angle C is also x plus 30 degrees. But why? These two symbols, these two tick marks, represent the equality of side AB and side AC. Now, since side AB and side BC are equal, therefore, their opposite angles are also equal. Now, ano naman makukuha natin dyan na formula, or anong formulang pwede natin gamitin? We all know that the sum of the interior angles of any triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, our working formula will be equal to what? Yes, the measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is just equal to what? 180 degrees. Now, let's try solving for the missing values. So, the measure of angle A again is x plus 30 degrees, right? But since angle A and angle C are equal, then I just need to multiply this measure by 2. Kumbaga, in-add mo na yung angle A at saka angle C dyan. And of course, ano na lang hindi natin na-add? Yes, yung angle B which is represented by x, and that is equal to 180 degrees. Now, to find the measures of the three angles, all we need to do is to solve for the value of x. Now, solving for the value of x will give you what? Oh, distribute. You have 2x plus 60 degrees plus x equals 180 degrees. Now, adding 2x and x will give you 3x. And then, transposing 60 degrees here on this side will give you minus 60 degrees here. And then, this will become 3x and this will become what? Yes, 120 degrees. Dividing both sides of the equation by 3, okay, x will be now equal to what? Yes, x will now be equal to 40 degrees. Pero hindi yan yung sagot natin. Ang pinapahanap sa atin, measure ni angle A na equal naman sa measure ni angle C. So, alam natin na ito ay equal sa x plus 30 degrees. Now, since x is 40, i-add natin sa 30. Ano yung measure ng angle A at saka angle C? Yes, 70 degrees. Silang dalawa. O, baka tinatanong nyo sa akin, Sir, paano naman yung angle B? Ba't kinalimutan nyo? Tapos na. Because x is the measure of angle B. 40 and 70. O, i-check natin. If this is 70, this is also 70 degrees. And this is 40 degrees. Adding those three will give you 180 degrees. Number 4, find the area of a triangle whose sides have lengths 5, 12, and 13. So here, we have a random triangle with measures 5, 12, and 13. Now, since we are looking for the formula that we're going to use is the Heron's formula. But why? Because we can identify which among these three is the height of the triangle. Therefore, we cannot use 1/2 base times height. So our only option, since the three sides are given, is the Heron's formula, which is what? Given as such. Tama? Ngayon, all we need to do is to solve first for the value of S. And what is the value of S? S is equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2. So S is equal to 5 plus 12 plus 13 divided by 2. And the answer is what? Yes, the answer is 15. Now, since we know that S is equal to 15, substituting this 15 in the formula and the values of A and B and C, which are these three, we can now solve for the area. So the area of the triangle is equal to the square root of 15 times 15 minus 5 minus 15 minus 12. Oops, di ata ka siya. 15 minus 13. And using your calculator, the answer should be what? 30 squared units. Yes, if a specific unit is not given, you write units at the end. So if it's area, you write squared units. In a triangle, find the length of a side if the area is 40 and the altitude to that side has length 10. Now, I'm sure in this given that we have a right triangle. Why? Because the altitude 10 is given. And this altitude 10 is what? The altitude to the missing side. Now, let x be the missing side. Therefore, the altitude to this side is 10. That is why we are forming a right triangle. Now, if the area is given, which is 40 squared units, what formula are we going to use to solve the value of x? Yes, we can use the formula 1/2 base times height. Why? Because we have the altitude 10 and we have the base which is x. And also the area 40 squared units is given. So how are we going to solve this missing value of x? Yes. So you just need to substitute the values. The area is equal to 40. 1/2 the base is x and the height is 10. And we can now solve for the value of x. We all know that we just need to divide this, 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. So we'll have 40 equals 5x because 5 times x is 5x. Dividing both sides by 5, x now is equal to what? Yes, x is equal to 8 units. So you just need to write 8 units. In angle 6, we need to find angle BAC, which is this angle, no? And side BC, which is this length. Now, how can we solve for them? Simple lang, tingnan nyo kung ano yung mga given. Ang given ay area which is 15 mm squared at saka yung dalawang side niya. Kung ang nawawala ay included angle, anong formula ng triangle ang pwedeng gamitin? Yes, we can use the formula 1/2 dun sa formula natin AB. Pero dito kasi, since ang nawawala natin ay yung, ang given rather ay side B at saka side C. Therefore, pag sinulat natin yung formula, it should be what? 1/2, etong given na isa is B, side B. Tapos yung given na isa ay C. At ang nawawala natin dito, yung included angle natin, which is angle A. So, ganyan ang tamang pagsulat ng formula natin. Okay? So, hindi laging AB sin theta. Depende kung ano yung triangle at ano yung mga labels na involved. Now, bakit pwede natin gamitin itong formula na to? Because the area is given which is 15 mm squared. Now, B is given which is 6 and C is equal to 8. Therefore, all we need to do is to get the measure of angle A. And is this even possible? Mahanap natin yung angle A dyan? Yes. No? O, paano nga ba? O, sige. By dividing 6 by 2, this will become 3. So, 3 times 8 is 24. So, this will become what? 15 equals 24 sine A. Okay? All we need to do now is to divide both sides by 24 kasi ganun naman tayo nagsosolve, di ba? And we'll have what? We'll have 15 over 24 equals sine A. O ikaso naman, hindi naman sine A ang hinahanap natin, kundi yung A lang. O kung i-review nyo yung trigo nyo, paano natin mahanap yung value ng angle A dyan? Yes! 'Di ba? Kapag yung sine, ililipat mo sa kabila, kumbaga, no, magiging arc sine siya. Arc sine. 15 over 24. So, kukunin mo yung arc sine nung nasa kabila na 15 over 24 at equate mo na ngayon sa angle A. Parang na-cancel yung sine dito at napunta sa kabila, no? Kahit hindi talaga ganun yun nangyari, para mas madali nyo maintindihan, pwede nyo isipin na ganun. Okay? So, by using your calculator, angle A na makukuha nyo sa calcul nyo ay 38.68 degrees. Okay? Kaso, no, dapat siguraduhin nyo na naka-degree mode kayo. Deg mode dapat yung calculator nyo. Kaso, itong angle A na 38.68, mali yan. Bakit mali yan? Kasi ang sabi, angle A should be obtuse. So, anong gagawin natin ngayon na yung angle A na nakuha natin na 38.68 ay hindi pwede. Bakit? Kasi acute angle yan. O don't worry, no? Sa law of sines, pwede nating masabi na ito ay ambiguous case. So, ibig sabihin, may technique para makuha nyo pa rin yung obtuse na part. Simple lang. All you need to do to get the other measure is to subtract 38.68 degrees sa 180 degrees. Oh, guys, nagkataon na sa problem na to, okay, kailangan natin gawin to. Pero, sa mga ibang problems naman, pag hindi naman sinabing obtuse or obvious naman na acute yung nasa illustration, yung angle A na yung sagot. Kaso, hindi yan ang hinahanap natin dito. Kumbaga, questionable siya dito kasi dapat ito daw angle A natin dito ay obtuse. So, therefore, angle A now will become what? By subtracting what? 38.68 from 180 degrees, the answer will become 141.32, which is the measure now of side or angle rather BAC. Parehas lang yan. Okay? O, baka tanong nyo, sir, paano nangyari yun? Minus mo lang sa 180? Oo, possible yun. Kasi, pag kinuha natin yung, tingnan nyo to ha, pag kinuha natin yung sine let's say, sine 38.68, ang ibibigay na value sa inyo niyan ay possible na yung nasa kabilang equation natin na 15/24. Well, dahil nag-round off tayo dyan, syempre, yung decimal na lang ang lilitaw dyan. So, ang decimal ng 15/24 is probably about 0. Let's say, 62 or 63. No? Possible na ganyan ang value niya. At ngayon, pag pinalitan ko tong 38.68 ng 141.32 degrees, no? Ito rin ang ibibigay niyang sagot sa inyo. So, same yung mabibigay nating sagot. In short, no, wala tayong violate na rule sa mathematics. Okay? So, ito yung tandaan yung technique kung sakaling ganyan lang ang given sa inyo. Okay. Nahanap na natin ngayon yung angle BAC. Ang problema natin ay yung side BC naman ngayon. Okay, paano natin kukunin yan? O, wag kayong kabahan kasi pwede na natin gamitin dito yung alin? Cosine law. Bakit? Kasi sa cosine law, pag nawawala yung isa, let's say, nawawala yung A dyan, which is BC, parehas lang yun, ano? Pwede mong gamitin yung A squared plus what? Equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC tapos cosine, which is the missing angle, A. Tama? Okay. If we will get the square root of both sides of the equation, we'll have A equals square root of B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. At yan na yung formulang kailangan natin. By substituting the values, we'll get now B. Ano yung value ng B? Yes, 6. So, squared natin yan. Tapos, value ng C ay 8. Squared natin yan. Minus 2 times 6 times 8. And then, cosine. Ano yung dito kasi natin yung cosine? Yung cosine A, dyan, yung angle na nakuha natin kanina, which is, ano na yun? Yes, 141.32. Siyempre, don't forget the degrees. Tapos, get the square root. By using your calculator, the value that you could get is A equals 13.23 units. Oops, dito millimeters tayo. Given ng millimeters. So, this is it. Tapos na. Okay, here in number 7, you need to find the length of the base. If the base is 4 centimeters smaller than the length of its altitude. So, I'll leave this problem as an exercise at home. But don't worry, I'll give you some hint. Here, in this problem, all you need to do is to use the formula A equals 1/2 base times height. And the measure of B is missing. O, huwag na yung mag-alala. Sabihin ko na yung sagot. So, B is just equal to 12 centimeters. Tanong, paano nakuha yan? Good luck!